Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Thalien's bullshit going on just before we start the recording. He says the most inappropriate thing. Don't listen to him, chat. Just don't listen. Right. Yes, I did call you all chat. So welcome to this week's episode of Kanpai Cast, and it's at 10 o'clock. And we are here on episode 214 with the Hidden Gems, Redux 2, Anime Boogaloo.
Actually, how many? I don't know how many hidden gems we have had. How many?
I think it's
like have we done this?
Third or fourth.
Third or fourth, yeah.
Third or fourth.
Depends on being with guests or not.
But we're moving on to the housekeeping before we get onto the main topic itself. This is the general vibe. Like, comment, subscribe. We have an audio version. It's also on Spotify. What Spotify?
Spotify.
That's what its new name is now.
When you Spotify, you whack it.
And we also have Discord, Patreon, and we're also streaming things. I'm gonna hint at a new secret project that is currently in the works.
Yes, it's the fact that Thaylien is building a cat fort for Reina out of Dr. Pepper boxes. That's the secret project. And the last episode of Notice Me Senpai Season 2 is going to be aired on Saturday, and then we're going to be taking a... No, Saturday next week.
The penultimate episode is this Saturday. The Saturday, the 6th of December. That is the last episode before we take a month break preparing for Season 3.
Oh, big things are in the works. Big things.
Yep. What else is there? That's about it.
Are they as big as Xeno's head?
They're as big as Xeno's big toe.
On that bombshell. Thank you very much, Thaylien. Right. Shall we get on with the hidden gems?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Who wants to start before we transition over?
So this episode was actually inspired by an anime that Loz basically said, "Hey, you should check out this show." And it was a show that I had previously watched, but in all honesty, completely forgot about. And I just realized we haven't actually checked any of the screenshots. Probably should have, but
I checked my screenshots. They're all good.
What can it go?
I didn't check mine.
Go wrong?
Anyway, so so basically, I ended up watching this show that I'd seen years and years ago that I completely forgotten about. Actually finished rewatching the whole thing as of today, and thought why don't we do a
little Jimmy
Gems.
Jim
Gems, right?
Yes.
I know I have 6, but I don't know how many you guys have.
I have 5.
I think
Thaylien
6, maybe 7.
Okay, you can then start.
Goodness gracious.
Go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6.
Got 17. Right, go on then,
Alrighty. I would like to start us out with, where's this week? Nothing in this week, according to mine. But hey, with Burn Up.
That one.
Burn Up Excess.
Cool.
Yes, Burn Up Excess in this specific case. In the overall Burn Up Extended Universe. Because the 90s loved their alternative versions of everything. To provide a little context for that, there was a 1991 OVA called Burn Up, which set the universe up, was followed by the OVA Burn Up W, which introduced a new cast of the show based on the same concept in that universe. And Burn Up Excess is the 13-episode series based on Burn Up W, continuing the story, and new watchers might need to intuit a few things based on context or lack of if they watch the show without the OVA. Just so that a couple of things that happen don't seem like arseholes. And it was followed by a 2004 remake that tried to take things seriously, but ultimately fell well below expectations because the concept of this doesn't work well without the comedy. It's Burn Up Excess is definitely for the comedy. It's fan servicey, classic 90s comedy anime. That's the kind of show that unapologetically has one dedicated horn dog character, in this case in the form of their helicopter pilot. And he's definitely there because half the cast are bouncy and, end up with just enough of their clothes blown up by the end of an episode. So, to get on track, the concept of the show is that there is an underground organization that is trying to take over all of the world's governments. And they do so by causing generalized chaos to get political leaders into trouble and have their own people replace them in one form or another. Basically, it's one of those conspiracy theories where it's actually the conspiracy is real. The world government's been taken over. And against them is a elite police unit called Warrior, made up of the most eccentric and powerful members of the police and public. The lead is our blonde character on screen, who's Rio, and she's a combat savant and perpetually in debt. She's accompanied by a pink-haired hacker called Lilica, a quiet but insanely aggressive arms expert called Maya, an American mech expert called Nanvel, who dresses Chinese for some reason, dango hair and everything, and their dedicated helicopter pilot Yuji, all with their handler Maki, who is the serious, office woman type, who handles their costs and everything. All of them, except for Yuji, are attractive women who the anime will insist on making jiggle whenever possible.
Of course.
In here is a rather dark story where, within the first episode, we see just how ruthless the bad guys are. It's set in an alternative future of Tokyo, where there's a dedicated section of the city known as Police Town, and the latest project by the mayor has been the Neo Tokyo Tower, which is like the regular Tokyo Tower, but is big enough that halfway up the tower is a suspended football stadium. It's that big.
The 90s were so weird, man. The 90s were. And the 80s.
Anyway, the bad guys storm in this place with a cloud of mechanical insects or explosive devices. They hold everyone hostage and make demands of freeing prisoners and being given money. And while this is foiled by Lilica making a composite image and video of the prisoners being released to buy time, Maya is allowed to fire a rocket-propelled EMP device to take out the bugs, and Rio and Nanvel have to infiltrate the tower and rescue the mayor, who has an artificial heart that will go offline when the EMP takes off. So it's a multi-stage thing, right? But the dark side is that even though they succeed, the head of the bad guys on this mission is a woman called Ruby mixed in with the crowd. And when things fall apart, kills off her team by electrocuting them with her own suits. She then gets away scot-free, being evacuated with the other civilians. And because of this chaos, the mayor steps down and is replaced by one of their organization's minions. The plot's basically the bad guys just winning and winning because our team is only solving individual cases, protecting diplomats, high-tech machines, defeating terrorist forces, even defeating a malfunctioning attempt to make Robocops. At the end of the final episode, they basically remove the chief of police for corruption. They find out that he's helping the bad guys, but it seems like he was just like a sacrificial pawn because his replacement is Ruby, the second in command of the bad guys. And that's not usual in shows from the 90s. There's always like the I'll be back again next week kind of bad guys, weren't they? So the show itself is definitely succeeded by better shows of the same kind, like Bubblegum Crisis and other, female-led teams of crime fighters going forward. But it's definitely this time capsule of 90s comedy action that, if anybody that doesn't mind a bit of fan service should probably pick this up and have a give it a watch. What do you think, guys?
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's like a precursor to quite a lot of shows that we enjoyed in the 2000s. It's a precursor to its own shelf, where in 2004 it just did so poorly because they took all the comedy out.
I think that's a large part of the problem with a lot of shows like this is that they do insist on stripping out the comedy and make it more serious. But
in the 2000s, everything was dark and edgy.
Well, it's not just that, but
I've got dark and edgy for you later.
A large part of the problem is the fact that so many of these shows don't function without or so many genres don't function without the comedy. You take that out, it's just, I'm happy to go next. And I'm actually gonna talk about oh god, I'm trying to remember what the heck it's called. If it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat a demon lord. Was that Demon King? No, it is Demon Lord, right?
Demon Lord.
So this is bit of a fantasy slice of life kind of series where our main male protagonist, who is an expert adventurer, is traveling like a forest of his nearby town, and he ends up camping out at night and discovers a little girl is basically staring at him. She looks a bit
I need to listen to Xeno and not be distracted by the cat.
Well, I mean, it's difficult. So he discovers this girl who's obviously left abandoned in the forest. She doesn't say a whole lot, but while he's cooking his food at the campfire, she's obviously quite hungry because he kind of does that trick with cats where, he's holding the food and he starts moving the food around and you can see the head of the girl just following the food. So he ends up feeding her and then she leads him back to effectively her guardian who has passed away, and they end up burying her, but our main protagonist ends up taking her home. Turns out she is a demon, right? And they look relatively human, but have horns and a talent for magic and age at like half the speed of humans. And the interesting thing about this girl is that she has like a broken horn. So it becomes quite apparent that effectively demon society has cast her out because she is not like a traditional demon. She's sort of like she's just a social pariah for what she is, and as a result he ends up adopting her and goes out of his way to give her the life that he feels she deserves. It's very, very slice of life.
Would do for her.
Yeah. So it's very slice of life.
Is that why he'd be happy to defeat the Demon Lord because they don't like? Are they sending demons after her?
No, not in the slightest. Like,
okay.
I don't think you see. I think you see one other demon, in the entirety of the show. But the crux of the whole show is effectively she is trying to rebuild a normal life with her adoptive father in this fantasy setting, and she has to face various different prejudices. They have to come together as a family. The people that they are staying with at this inn, like he's renting the upstairs room. They become in part family to her as well, and everyone loves her. She tries her hardest. It's adorable. It is. If you are in for some cute, makes your heart feel warm feelings show, this is totally one for you. It is great. It's fun. It's got an English dub. It's easy to watch. The dub's not too bad. That's all I can really say, unless you guys have any questions.
I remember seeing this when it was coming on for the first time. Not actually watching it, but looking through and thinking, yeah, if I have time for a slice of life, I'd like to watch that.
It is one that's seriously flown under the radar for most people, and it sounds fairly generic in its nature, but it's the passion that is there in the animation and the narrative that actually makes the show worth watching. Because, yeah, it's very formulaic. It doesn't really do much, but the it's not too dissimilar as, oh god, the Spirit Chronicle one, the isekai, but the problem with Spirit Chronicle is that there is no drive, there is no emotion, there is no expression of creative influence in that show. But in this one, it feels like they really put the effort in to make the characters not relatable, but stir emotion in the audience. Yeah? Cool.
Very much so.
Nasuth? Ray muted himself.
No. Although my cat did just jump up here because he has impeccable timing. So I took this as kind of a little bit of a challenge. I don't remember why, but I had a list of anime that were like, oh, you might have seen this back on the day, late at night on the Sci-Fi Channel, right? And there were several shows on there that I couldn't get to in whatever episode that was for. I don't remember. So I was like, okay, I'll take a look at these. I'll see if I can find some hidden gems buried around here. And so the first one I have is probably the trashiest, but it's Fight Iczer-One from 1985. This would have absolutely blown my mind if I had watched it in the 90s or early 2000s. It's got boobs, blood, body horror, giant robots, and power suits, and absolutely zero brain power. Nothing, just pure 80s trash. I love it for how bad it is. It's only 480p, unfortunately, so I couldn't find a higher quality copy anywhere, but it's still surprisingly well animated. Now, here's why it's trash. In the first 2 minutes, you've got nudity from space lesbians who are here to take over the Earth. It's going to be that kind of anime. This is the kind of thing that would this is the reason why weebs in the 80s and 90s were seen as nothing but perverts who liked watching boobies
this
in anime.
This sounds terrible. Where did you find it so I can avoid it?
Ask for friend.
Yeah. So again, space lesbians with the help of some kind of godlike super space baby. One of them has betrayed them, that Iczer-One, and so she's fighting to stop them from taking over the Earth. And the only person who can help her is a high school girl, because of course she is. Because of course it is. There is honestly some really good body horror when people are turned into aliens, because a lot of the obviously the space lesbians are all beautiful, but the monsters that they create are weird, like insectile creatures with tentacles. The tentacles don't do what you think they might do, but there are a lot of tentacles in this. They're more like Cthulhu-ish, like they're coming out of the mouth and wiggling around and that sort of thing. I called them lesbalians because it was just easier than calling them the lesbian aliens, and their real name is like something really weird. So I was like, no, they're just lesbalians. They can pull people into like these weird subspace dimensions, and that's where they do most of the fighting. So that's how they get away with like people not seeing them at first, but eventually they just give up on that. And by the end of the first episode, it's a three episode OVA. By the end of the first episode, they've basically destroyed a massive chunk of the city. They want to kill the schoolgirl because she can synchronize with Iczer-One and unleash its full power, but they keep failing. And so that's when they introduce the giant mecha that I'm talking about that destroys the city. But Iczer-One also has a giant mecha called Iczer-Robo, because why not? And that's where the synchronization comes in, right? So you have Iczer-One as the pilot, and then you have the schoolgirl as kind of like the power source or something. It's a little vague. Mostly it's an excuse. And again, I don't know why, but the pilot gets to wear clothes, even though they're all hooked up to these weird, like plugs that are just in the body. But the power source of the mecha has to be naked. I don't understand why. Show doesn't really explain why.
Melfina.
Yes, it is kind of like Melfina, but with less reasoning behind it, because we don't need brains here. We don't have any brain power here to spare. Like the schoolgirl's desire for revenge for her parents get killed by the aliens, and that's what makes her decide to join with Iczer-One and do this stuff. So that her desire for exactly. Her desire gives her the power for revenge, or the power to take on the aliens. But when she kills one of the Lesbalians doing this, then the Lesbalian's partner wants to get revenge on her. And you might think this is some deep commentary on how revenge is bad, but no, it's not. No, forget. No. A lot of destruction. I don't know how many people died in this, but it was a lot of them. They give the schoolgirl a new uniform for protection, but it's really just an excuse to show shit like flash her panties every now and then. I'm pretty sure. Then they introduce another Iczer-2, and Iczer-Sigma, which is her giant robot. And it just, like, I could keep telling you about this stuff, but it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder until eventually Iczer-One merges with the space baby and becomes God and resets time so none of this stuff happened to the Earth, and leaves with all of the other Lesbalians to find them a real home planet.
Arrives, deploys mecha, becomes God, leaves without explanation. Am I right, fellow Sigma Ixers?
Oh my god. It's so fucked up, and I loved it. The only thing I could do without is the schoolgirl nudity, because this is 1985. I know the age of consent in Japan was whatever, but that part did not age
nowadays.
Well. Oh my god, it's a beautiful mess, and if you like absolutely trash 80s anime, this is definitely one of them of all time.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you tell me where you found that, so I can.
Of course. Go there. Yeah. Thaylien, what do you want to talk about now?
I think I'm going to go with Pretear.
Oops, that's the wrong button.
So, Pretear, or translated as The Legend of Snow White Pretear. I mean, the writer appears to have confused Snow White with Cinderella, but I don't hold that against them. Himeno is an ordinary high school girl. Her mother has passed away, and her father has remarried to a woman he dotes on, who has 2 daughters already. And her father can't see that the stepmother and stepsisters are making Himeno miserable. Doesn't sound like Snow White, does it really? Sounds more like Cinderella. Oh, beg your pardon, my cat's leaving. There she goes. All right. After the introduction to her, we get an introduction to the Life Knights. This is the Leaf Knights, spelled Life Knights, with a French accent over the E. They're from another world. Elemental protectors who use the power of Life and are trying to remove demon larvae from this world. If the demon larvae are allowed to take root, they make monsters that will destroy humanity and feed all of their Life energy back to the demon queen. they can seal demon larvae, but they don't really have the individual power necessary to counter the monsters if they fully form. Through a series of typical anime conveniences, they cross paths with Himeno, and it turns out that Himeno is what's called a Pretear, a magical girl that can absorb a Leafey Knight's being into themselves and amplify it, creating magical powers based on their original powers. And it's far beyond what the Leafey Knights can do on their own. Thus begins a surprisingly amusing reverse harem-style anime that's, again, more comedy than action, similar to the last show I talked about. It's more like the original Sailor Moon. You know, they have that same kind of energy with a young girl meeting guys that are college age, and some that aren't. There's a large range of the Leafey Knights, and there are 7 of them, which is probably why there's a bit of Snow White in here at all. 7 Leafey Knights.
Oh yes.
So instead of collecting more schoolgirls to put in miniskirts, the challenge is adapting to the powers of each of the knights in turn and using them appropriately to fight. On top of this is the aggravation caused by Himeno's stepfamily, them interfering with the secret identities of the knights, and of course a bit of school on the side. Because why not? There's even the dramatic reveal that the last Pretear turned to the dark side and became the Princess of Disaster, the Demon Queen. The one being they're all fighting against right now, and the one being that all the monsters are feeding Leafey power back to as they destroyed things. Cue dark love was causing the knights to fight against knights, as one of them is still in love with the previous Pretear, while the others are supporting the new one. Drama as Himeno must forgive her family for their petty squabbles and move on, even protecting them sometimes. And then an ultimate battle that gives happy endings as easily as it sacrifices characters nobly to get there. Only to resurrect
now, when you say happy ending,
part of the happy ending. Maybe later, dear. And you know, they resurrect the people they sacrifice to make sure everything has a happy ending for the cute guys dating cute girls. And besides the 7 Leafey Knights and the name of it, the only reference to Snow White in the entire show is that the magical princess requires true love's kiss to bring her back to life, despite her entire life being up to that point being Cinderella. You know, because she gains vast magical power and is able to save the day from everybody, you know, for everybody on her own with her own Pretear powers, becoming Pretear White.
This kind of sounds like the reverse Madoka.
Kind of. I mean, it's not the best magical girl show out there, but it's definitely an alternative that many people won't even have heard of, and that makes it new ground for people that enjoy watching those magical girl shows. So if you're into this kind of thing, I recommend giving it a look. It's one of those shows, again, it's one of those foundational shows that many others were then based, you know, learned from and improved on over time. I kind of like the fact that they actually distinguish between 2 of the characters, the older and more capable of the Leafey Knights. One is the Leafey Knight of the Wind, who controls air and can generate tornadoes and things if he's absorbed as the Pretear power. But there's also the Leafey Knight of Sound, which you think, well, sound is just air vibrations, aren't they the same thing? And they actually go into a whole episode of showing how it's different and showing that sound is the emotional side of air movement. And so it plays around a lot more with the side of things that you can influence people and minds and hearts better with sound than you can just by blowing heavy wind at them. And anybody that's been in a long car journey with me will agree.
Oh my god. So I kept in my brain, I kept mixing this up with Pretear. That's why I was like, isn't there a lot of Pretear?
Yes.
Pretear?
Well,
no, it's because it's Pretear.
Yes, because it's the PRE is short for like pretty soldier. And so it's pretty soldier cure something or other in the long format. Now there's being distracted by somebody in the wings. Stage left. Xeno, got any thoughts on a magical girl anime that's people might not have heard of?
This is I'd have to give it a go myself, because there are so many problems with magical girl shows that I have where they don't really get into the granular detail, and they kind of hand wave a lot of the nature of the world and everything, as if there isn't anything to worry about. But I really like Magical Spec Ops Oscar. I really like
yes.
You like non-standard magical girl, except unless it's Madoka.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I didn't like Madoka was because I thought it was dragging it out too hard. Right? It's just like, yes, we get it. You know, if the magical girls something turn into witches, blah blah blah. Okay, can we get Madoka now, please? The whole fucking show's named after her. Honestly, the only good part of Madoka was the end, right? Not because it ended, but because it actually fucking did something.
So maybe you'd be more interested in the movies than the show,
possibly.
But you don't want to give it a chance now, and I don't blame you.
No. But again, there was one that I really liked. I don't think I ever finished it because it was just so long. I think it's like Magical Princess Tutu or something.
Yes, I heard that.
You know, that was again another really, really well structured show and things. But the problem is a lot of magical girl shows fall under similar faults and issues that villainess shows suffer from, which is not a proper exploration of the world setting, and instead, hey, look, pretty boys.
Right.
Which is just like, can we not?
But Xeno, girls like pretty boys.
Yeah, well, sometimes girls like pretty girls too.
And quite a lot of boys like pretty boys, depending.
Yeah.
Well, if you want pretty girls who like other pretty girls, you should watch Utena.
Anyway, are we moving on?
Yep. Yeah, we can.
Right. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for a relatively easy one, which is Umamusume, Pretty Derby. All right.
Would you say this one's hidden?
Yes. See, I literally had the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally had this argument with Nasuth last night. Was it last night? Or the night before?
It was last night.
Yeah. And he argued that Umamusume is not hidden in the slightest, right? To which I challenged him on this, and he says, like, okay, I think, if memory serves,
we did some science. We went and looked up at Mal. Yeah, about 85,000. Yeah,
85,000 people had voted on Umamusume Pretty Derby, right? And then I question him, okay, well, how many people have voted on Frieren Beyond Journey's End?
And it was like 800,000.
Yeah, it was like 800,000. I was like, okay, right, okay. And what about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? And you know,
like
which is like another
2.25
million, yeah. And it's just like, so I think Umamusume is known because of the game, right? Well, but I don't think many people have actually watched the series. Because, again, a lot of the belief behind people that haven't watched the series is that the series is about Gold Ship and the like.
I should grant. I should add this is not really a scientific study, because this has a study bias in it's only people who actually felt like they should vote on this, right? But that's the best we can do.
Yeah, but even so, like to compare, like So Umamusume Pretty Derby is a story about, realistically, the two horse girls, Special Week and Silent Suzuka. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Ship is there. So is McQueen. And two horses I can never fucking remember the names of, but they're always, battling each other.
Yeah.
And realistically, this is the story of Special Week and Silent Suzuka. It is a dumb fun slice of life series, and it is just watching horse girls run good, right? The animation is actually surprisingly good. It is a simple show you can just turn your brain off and enjoy. If you're looking for deep, meaningful plot, you're not going to find it here. If you're looking for dumb antics with horse girls, you'll find it here. One of my favorite characters, like, I got in there before it was cool. One of my favorite characters is Goldship because of just how fucking random as shit she is.
Yes.
But she doesn't have nearly as much of a presence in the series as she does in the mobile game.
Because that's one of the things I said, was that I know of this show, but only because of the Goldship memes. And you were like, yeah, but Goldship's not really part of it.
Yeah.
She is a side character, let's be honest.
Yes.
But she's one of the very entertaining and well-written side characters because of how random she is.
Yes.
One of my favorites. I always come back to the scene of a friend wearing heavy horseshoes to help her train and trying to jump over Goldship and consistently landing on her back.
Oh no! She only does that once. Like so.
No, twice. Once when she's at the very lowest, and then once when she's at the very highest.
I don't think that's really important. Let's not get caught up on that.
Yeah, fair shot.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing. Is Goldship always gets hurt.
I will,
especially her eye.
Highlight: if you are watching this for Uruhara, you're going to be disappointed, right? She's barely in it at all. She's in it a lot less than any other character. Basically, she goes off to learn to become a trader or something like this, and then she eventually comes back. What else is there? And there's going to be plenty of stuff about different horse races that are like, what the fuck are they talking about? Just horse race. There you go. It's just horse race. Don't overthink this. Don't try to track which horse races they're talking. Horse race, right? And it's like, how does the triple triad? How does the triple triad work? It's like, no. You're overthinking this. Horse race. That's all you need to worry about. Just horse race.
Run fast.
Horse run fast, right? And that's the basics of it.
That horse races are similar to tournament arcs.
It can be, and it can also not be. Sometimes a race is just a race and not a whole tournament.
See, I wouldn't say that, because in reality, with the horse races, there's only really one contender. So it's like effectively it's a tournament arc by themselves. So, but the thing is, like, the tournament arcs take up the whole show, right? They take up the whole episode. But this is like, the races are just a tiny part of it. Like, they spend a lot of time practicing. They spend a lot of time, going away on like school field trips and shit like this. They spend next to no time in school. It's hilarious, right? It's all practice. And, it's like, this is how you do basic arithmetic. 1, 2, 3. Now onto horse racing.
I bet you'd like battle athletes. It might be a little too old. It might be a little too dated now, but I bet you'd like battle athletes.
It's dumb fun, and that's again one of the things that I really like about this show. Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Next.
Nasuth, what you got for us?
I'm gonna do the one show that when I was digging around for gems, I had one show that came up quartz, and that was what I'm saying is that it wasn't as good. That is Casshan Robot Hunter. So Casshan has a long and storied tradition. It started like back in the 60s or 70s. But this was the 1993 OVA version that they made. And you would think that given that this is made by the same studio that made Tekkaman Blade, Captain Tyler, and tons of other stuff. Just absolute powerhouse. They did Speed Racer. It's that studio. You'd think that they would have made something really amazing, but I don't know what it is. There's something about the art that really throws me off. It's just not as enjoyable for some reason. It's really weird. Normally I like that, but there's something about it in this. It just doesn't look good. Quite possibly the worst dub out of the list, even though this was in 93, and I have several that are from the 80s. A lot of the designs remind me of things like Mega Man, or even some of the bad guys from Voltron. But, of course, Casshan came before at either of those. Robots have... So the general idea is that
before
robots...
Voltron?
Pretty sure it came out before Voltron. Might have been around the same time as Voltron.
I swear Voltron came out like the late 70s.
The original Casshan came out before
Oh,
Voltron.
in the 60s. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So the general idea is that robots have taken over the world. They were one of their ultimate goal, along with being given the 3 Asimov laws, their ultimate goal, or their ultimate not goal, but command, was to preserve nature. Of course, in typical fashion, they decided humanity is the biggest threat to nature, and so with the Black King at their head, they have decimated humanity. Only a small group of humans are made enslaved. There's a small group of humans that remain enslaved, and I think a holdout in Australia that's still a last bastion of humanity. Because Australia is hard to attack from the outside.
That's really interesting, because Australia isn't even a bastion of humanity right now.
but Europe was the first to fall. Apparently, Europe was just completely fucked over right away.
Deserved.
So our human freedom fighters seem to have it. The female human freedom fighter who was back, you can see here, as she is hugging or trying to persuade Casshan to stay with her. Not this one, the other one before. Seems to have a history with him. She has a history with him. She calls him Tatsuya, which is his name before he was turned into a robot. Sorry, I didn't even say that. Casshan was a man, got turned into a robot. His father was actually the person who created the Black King and all the other robots. Which is why he feels obligated to fight against them in the name of humanity.
Cough, Mega Man, cough.
Yeah, again, very Mega Man, but this came first. No real explanation of how Casshan can be this powerful when he's part robot and the enemies are all robot, but it's pretty typical of Tokusatsu. There are references here that you'd probably only get if you watch the original 70s version. Like, why is there a woman in a swan that can only be seen in the moonlight? They do actually explain that later, but it's much later, and you're like, what is going on here? The Black King is making a harem of hot robot babes who live in harmony with nature. I don't know why.
I can get behind this.
While Casshan is the hero, it's good to see that humanity is making their own plans too. Like, they're going to destroy a train, and the only thing that stops them is Casshan having a crisis of faith, thinking that his father's goals might actually be the proper ones. But eventually he admits that's a bad idea. And since the robot's highest priority is to preserve the Earth and nature, they're going to do that by setting off all the nukes to attack all the other nuclear sites. Flawless logic. Completely flawless. And then there's and then there's a big battle at the end, and Black King loses, and Casshan disappears. Hooray!
The end.
The end.
Happy ending, yeah.
So, like, this was 93. I think the environmental themes were probably more potent then. But even then, they'd still be very surface level, very, like, cliche.
Preachy.
Yeah, a little bit on the preachy side. So yeah, aside from the fact that this came from the same studio that did so much other amazing stuff, I would say this isn't even worth watching.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Indeed. Alrighty, are we moving on?
Unless you have any questions, but I assume you don't, because it's
not really.
Yeah.
No, it's a you fairly well summed that one up. Now,
there's one of the robots. Oh no, wait, that's Black King. I thought that was one of the robot babes for a second, but that's Black King.
Damn, your eyesight's bad.
I saw the shoulder and I thought it was one of the boobs because it looks kind of like one of the boobs on the robot.
Anyway,
babes.
But yeah, I'd like to move on to Voices of a Distant Star. This one was so relatively unknown in general that I got it in a grab bag of merch at one of the conventions I went to in the 2000s, along with one of the others on this list. In fact, it's one of these short stories that was designed specifically to be run as an OVA of about 35 to 40 minutes, and they don't explain the setting a lot. It's all about the emotional storytelling here. It's a very simple story where mankind has been able to make it into space fully and is sending an expedition out to new worlds. In true Japanese fashion, though, they're sending school kids as mech pilots.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think this one needs like more time on this one. It does exactly what it sets out to do. The story revolves around the communications from a girl that was picked to go and the boy she's leaving behind. Okay, so it's Mikako was the one that went, and Noboru is the one that stayed. But she can't use the military's communication bandwidth to just send messages back and forth from this expedition, and is basically using voicemail on her mobile phone, getting sent back the long way from relay to relay to relay. All right? So as she goes further, her messages, as she sends them fairly regularly, are, like days apart for her, end up taking longer and longer to deliver for him. And so while her story being told in the same pacing over the time as his, leaves off with her fighting against an alien enemy in the mech that she's piloting, his story leaves off when he's in his 30s, still waiting for her messages, and having earned his way up the military ranks the hard way to come follow her on the next exposition. So it's like the faster than light time dilation thing, but more explained by just how long regular transmissions would take to come back to Earth. It's a very pretty anime, even though some of the models are terrible. It's got light action with the mechs, and it definitely speaks to highlight the longing and waiting of long-distance relationships. But I think that I can't help but feel, for what it is, and for it just being a single OVA, everyone should watch it once just to make their own opinions. Zeno should watch it once to see about the mechs and see what he thinks.
I'm looking at the characters. So I've just gone through like all the stills we have, and I've taken off the stupid letterboxing.
Yes.
But like, there was one angle we had a mere moment ago of a guy
against the wall.
Yeah, and
yeah, it does show that some areas had their animation very rushed.
Yeah,
but I think that's come from a bit of a smear frame where he's actually either leaning back or getting up off the wall.
I mean, it doesn't look very smeary to me, but it does look.
You know what I mean?
Very...
It's like it's a tween frame rather than a thing. Off model.
It just looks rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does. They're not the actual art design for the characters wasn't done very well.
Okay.
It's more about the feeling.
Okay.
Emotional storytelling, almost 100%.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I was just looking at this thing for far too long, going like,
oh yeah, it looks like looks like that Shinji thumbnail that Nasuth has for our Evangelion.
No, I think this is worse. I think this is Lee's worse. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's Voices of a Distant Star. It's a short OVA And I think that, again, it's one of those, it's designed to be a bit artsy, but they didn't quite pull it through, which is why they probably handed it out as part of a gift bag at one of the London Comic Cons back in 2007.
All right, should we move on to the next one then?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, right. Ange, Rondo of Angel and Dragon. This is the show that actually inspired me to say, hey, why don't we just do a Hidden Gems one? I have to give a content warning here.
Yeah, you do.
Because they did something. No. You don't. I haven't actually told you yet, right? They put something in the intro sequence that I still do not, to this day, comprehend. Why did they put that in there? I will never know. But I'm not going to dwell on that for now. All I'm going to say is...
the girl from the Pokemon opening that never appears in this show.
Not really, but all I'm just going to say is certainly do not watch this at work, right? Ange is a series that is a good mecha series. It's one of the few remaining good ones that end on a high note. And the main protagonist doesn't become a mopey fuck for the vast majority of the series, which is a common staple throughout mecha shows that basically aren't Gundam, you know. So the whole premise of Ange is we have our weird fanciful sci-fi world where humans can use magic. You know, the light of mana, right? And as a result, they are left wanting for nothing, and they're able to do pretty much anything. They're able to live the life that they've always dreamed of living. However, there is a subset of humans called Norma, who basically cannot use magic in any way, shape, or form, and if they interact with magic, they break it, right? The narrative follows the first crown princess of the Mitsurugi Empire, who is going... I think she turns 16 and thus is going through her baptism, right? Unfortunately, during the baptism, it is discovered that she is actually a Norma, and the Emperor and Empress have been hiding it from society all this time. Norma are basically whisked away and they are disposed of. They're disposed of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we're led to believe. Turns out Norma have been fighting a war for the humans all this time. So
86.
Kind of, yes, right? So basically, there are these interdimensional dragons that just keep turning up, and yeah, case in point on the screen right now. And the Norma are piloting these weird jet bikes that turn into mecha, called Ragmail, and are used to actually fight the dragons and everything.
Yeah, that
there is so much more. There's so much more to this series.
Opening, and I think I agree with you, Xeno.
Have you spotted it? Have you spotted
a couple of times? I've spotted 3 instances of where they.
Oh no! It's the one specifically because I do not know why they put it in the intro, right? So basically, in the intro exclusively, in no other part of the show, they decide to put a Wang.
Oh my god, really?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. It's there. And it's nowhere else in the show, and it is just like
It's why the YouTube version has a small bar across the thing saying Blu-ray DVD edition or something like that.
Right.
Yes.
But even so, I don't know what they were thinking. Well, good job, Nasuth.
Yeah.
So Nasuth wants to see for himself so he can avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
yeah,
they do this, and it makes little to no sense. There is one part towards the end of the series where you will be going, but how? But how? I don't understand. But how? You kind of just have to let it go and live with it. So it's I think that's it for time. That's Cross Ange. It is a really good series.
And get
oh my god. That's number Wang.
Oh, does this cover it up?
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it's designed to, it's transparent, but it's designed to cover up just specifically that kind of area, because that's where
Here we go.
lot of the,
that one had it edited out.
Oh,
that one had it.
Yeah.
Right.
But not that other part. Not that other part where it closed the spear.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
So it's
so that version for YouTube has it edited out.
Yep. Anyway, so there's plenty of fan service in this series.
Suddenly I'm less interested.
But honestly, it's a genuinely good mecha series. And again, I just love the fact that we have a powerhouse of a female protagonist. And yeah, Cross Ange.
Powerhouse for female protagonists with 2 huge personalities.
Oh my god.
And Thaylien ruining everything.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting you talk about interdimensional dragons, because I was already planning to talk about Guardian of Darkness next. This is a 3-episode OVA made by JC Staff. My copy has definitely seen better days, though. I think this might even be a VHS rip, and I only say that because as I was watching it, there was a constant background hiss. And you don't usually get that on DVD releases. You usually only get that from a VHS.
Hey, you're not kidding.
If you like supernatural horror, good versus evil, magical mecha, and even power suits, we've got you covered. I have 2 complaints. I wrote down that there's only 1 complaint. But my 2 complaints is that there's not enough power suit or mecha, and that I think that's because 3 episodes was not enough. I think there needed to be at least 5 episodes for this, because it feels a little rushed in spots. You start out with an ancient evil spirit being released from a sealed cave, and then we smash cut to our main character rushing to get to school because he's late. We find out that his best friend, his childhood friend, has become an unwilling avatar for the dark spirit, and he, because he lives, his family has been taking care of the shrine there for generations, he has been chosen by the Sacred Beast, which is another spirit, to fight the dragon. And the way we do this, power armor. The ancient beast, the divine beast, whatever it's called, manifests as power armor for him.
Naturally,
there are some themes of like jealousy and cruelty on the part of other kids. Because like the girl is in love with the boy, right? And there's another girl who is also interested in him, and so she and her popular friends make fun of the homely best friend girl, and that's what eventually makes her seek out the dragon spirit, because she's been told there's a myth that if you make an offering to this dragon, it'll grant your wishes, right? And it does, but only so it can feed on these feelings of jealousy and stuff to make itself more powerful, to bring itself into our world. The spirit, the divine spirit, wants to kill her instantly, of course, but the boy won't let him. So because of that, the dragon ends up manifesting in our world, and when that happens, the divine spirit transforms from power armor into a giant fuck off mecha. And so the giant fuck off mecha fights the dragon, kills it. This town gets fucked up in the process. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the first thing the dragon does is like create a tsunami that destroys a whole bunch of shit. And I am surprised that they actually incorporate this into the story. Like, there is a shelter where people are recovering. The remains of the dragon bones are national news. Probably worldwide news, frankly. No cover-ups, no magical resets, just actually all of that. So there's a little bit of a pacing problem between the episodes. Episode 2 starts with... they basically... rush them away from town and to this monastery. Monastery? That's not the right term. It's a place where a bunch of ancient Chinese monks. No, Taoist monks. Taoist monks are congregated. Yeah, temple. Yeah, that's a good one.
Taoist temple. Yeah,
there you go. They're all there, congregated to hold back the other. So now that the Earth Dragon has been defeated, it's basically sort of broken a seal, and the Sky Dragon is trying to break free now. And so they're using all their power to hold it back. But of course, they need the help of the Sacred Beast. And the girl, because she had the dragon inside her. She now has some residual special powers left behind, but she needs training. She needs to overcome her own insecurities and all that stuff. And this section feels very rushed. Like, she needs personal growth, but by episode 3, she's attained it, right? So they do fight the Sky Dragon. He's unwilling at first, but eventually he does give into it. And then, but of course, there's one more. That's the Space Dragon, Sky Dragon, and Earth Dragon had a child. And when the Divine Beast talks about all this mythology to us, reveals it all to us, it seems to me these might actually be aliens, because they talk about how they descended to the planet. But there's no confirmation of that. Again, in a longer series, I think it would be.
Would you say it's a bit hit or myth?
Anyway,
That's probably hurt by that.
I think that'd be something to explore in a longer series. I actually would like to see this remade. I mean, we're getting a remake or a continuation of Ronin Warriors. I would love to see this get remade in a longer format. I think there's a lot of potential here. That unfortunately gets wasted, but I still think it's really interesting to watch. I still think it's a good one to watch.
Oh, fun times.
This was Guardian of Darkness.
Yeah. It's funny you should talk about interdimensional dragons. Because I want to talk about interdimensional dragons in the form of Capricorn.
Different kind of dragon. Different kind of dragon.
Not really. Not really. So, as a 45-minute OVA, I genuinely wish this one had been given the treatment of a full 90-minute movie. This is from back in 1991 and may have been one of the earliest straight-up fantasy meets sci-fi isekais.
Interesting.
It's a case of our protagonist falling from the sky at the start. Just literally, he's just falling from the sky as the thing opens, having micro flashbacks, not full flashbacks, to his morning on Earth, where his tomboy best friend wakes him up, steals part of his breakfast, suplexes when he says, "You call yourself a girl," and he walks out to see a strange planet hanging in the sky like a mirage. Next thing you know, he's experiencing a psychedelic fall through space, where a dragon is winging its way towards him and roaring, leaving him to wake up slowly in a mysterious forest. Cue the hook of our little guys. He looks up to see a naked girl bathing in a pool of clear water with her back to him. As you do.
As you do.
And as he appreciates this, she stretches and spreads large dragon wings and lashes her tail, clearly labelling this as a fantasy. The plot progresses that this is Slaflees, a mirror world of Earth where everyone's some kind of animal creature. It's a total dictatorship where the people are starving and the king is gluttonously chowing down on banquets every day. In the space between those two, the military has decided it would rather run things better without the king. Staged a coup, declares that Capricorn, which is their term for Earth, has appeared in the sky again and is an existential threat. And they're going to make their planet great again. They're going to use the new military state to defend themselves, or in reality use a device called the Infinite Tether to anchor the two worlds together and invade via airship. Our protagonist is swept up in things immediately. He is a completely ordinary human, sneaking into the military base to rescue the one person who seems like he knows how to fix things, an old grandfather called Dr. Goretti. In his daring rescue, they find that the dragon girl that he met before, Mona, has also been captured as the last surviving member of the Yappy tribe. Don't know why they're called the Yappy. They're the only ones strong enough to stop the Infinite Tether and have done so before. And so she definitely needs to be under guard and captured, where she can't do that. But together they manage to break out and in a daring chase and flight across the city, find out that the military commander Zolba has cloned Yappy tribe members and is going to use them in his own personal army. The Yappy tribe, it turns out, in the cloned versions, are just dragons. Okay? So it's definitely 90s anime logic that has Mona look human. Okay? Unfortunately, in the escape, Grandpa Goretti is fatally shot, and the group is left only knowing that they must stop Zolba before he can invade Capricorn, or Earth. And Mona takes our boy Taku into the cave that marks the graves of her tribe to show him where she comes from. But Taku somehow resonates with the grave marker, and it awakens a power in him. We see it on screen right now, turning him into a dragon as a guardian of Capricorn, and the guardian of Earth, just as the Yappy tribe are the guardians of Slaflees. So we have a dragon girl who is the guardian of Slaflees, and a dragon who is the guardian of Earth. So interdimensional dragons. With this new dragon form, the group staged an attack to simultaneously distract the military, while they send in a sneak attack group to sabotage the Infinite Tether. There's a definite moment of convenience when Mona is trapped and surrounded by the cloned and brainwashed Yappy tribe, but doesn't want to hurt them, which awakens the ancient spirit of the tribe, which declares they all wake up from their control and regain the justice they should know as guardians of Slaflees. Which instantly breaks all their brainwashing and turns them against the army. It's a real Deus Ex Machina thing. So reinforced by the horde of dragons, Mona and Taku smash into the tether and destroy it right as Zolba is trying to use it to invade. And in the kind of isekai ending that made Escaflowne popular, as the military is wiped out by the destruction of the tether, the connection to Earth is severed and Taku has to return home, leaving Mona to remember him fondly as she lives on as the proud guardian of Slaflees. We don't even see what happens to Taku when he goes back. He's still a dragon at that point. The OVA is like pure.
And then the end of Dragon Guard 3 happened. Or 3? 2?
Yeah.
When was it? Happened.
Yeah. So it's pure. Quick. We need an isekai plot storytelling. It's got a few cut corners due to time. Does Taku stop being a dragon when he goes home? Why did all the Yappy clones get destroyed with the military? Why do we pick a pair of comedy relief thieves at the start that help with everything, except without being the comedy relief because they're not funny? No idea. No answers, not necessary to the actual enjoyment of this. If I could get a remake, though, if I could get a remake of this with the same visual style, right, but double the time so we can actually get to know our characters more and do more show don't tell with the developments, I mean, man, this would be such a good movie. This would be like on the par of the original live action He-Man movie.
Oh my
so
god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yes.
What a comparison!
The Dolph Lundgren one.
Yes.
This is
That was
what you
so
want.
bad, but it's yeah. I want it to be that bad, but good. But because I could see that being, it's that kind of special effects kind of thing. But anyway, but no, it would actually
I do love
be,
that movie.
I think that it would be looked fondly on if it was a full movie. It's a bit of a rough diamond from 1991, but it's worth it just to see where people's brains were at back then. You can see the bones of everything that's come before it and is going to come after it, where people are experimenting and using the money they have to make as long of an OVA as they can, but couldn't afford to make a full movie. And yeah, it shows in quite a few places. There's so many rushed elements. If they could flesh that out, if we could get that remake of Capricorn, but not lose the intended part of Capricorn, keep some of the comedy, it's almost, how Laputa, Cast in the Sky, how they had that kind of madcap energy where they ran along train tracks or scrambled along small pipes that were crumbling to get to where they're going. And all the characters are just like powered by pure adrenaline almost. It has an element of that to it. It's that Ghibli animation style where they know they've got to get somewhere and they're going to do it however they fucking can, And events are going to go on around them. The big events are going to change the world, and they play one key role in actually stopping that from going wrong. So I genuinely feel something like that would do a marvelous treatment. Worth a watch.
Okay.
Interdimensional Dragons.
Zeno, what interdimensional dragons do you have for us now? No, I'm kidding.
I already did my interdimensional dragons. Right.
It's gonna be Bento. He's gonna talk about Bento.
No, I didn't put Bento on this.
You have it right.
Who put Bento in this?
You have it right here.
Oh, I did put Bento in this.
You did put Bento in this.
Shush. Where did you get that screenshot? I don't remember that. Okay, fine. I'm going to talk about Bento.
Tino, just so you know, I think you put Bento in this.
I did. I think
just
all this talk about
interdimensional.
I think interdimensional dragons has caused my brain to implode upon itself. Right, so Bento. This is the dumbest, funnest. I don't care about logic. I just want, characters fighting over half-priced lunch deals. It is so the hilarious thing for me in this is if you were to go to a proper sushi restaurant, or even go to a supermarket and buy proper sushi, right? It is prohibitively expensive in the UK. We're talking like £10+ for a standard size pack that you would get in Japan, right? In Japan, you'd get it for like,
which is insane.
I don't know, 400, 500 yen.
Water to fish in.
I know, right? Well, it's because we've bloody sold all our fish, haven't we? Or someone has. Anyway, so the whole thing is that there's we've got our school students who live in dorms, but the dorms cost so much money and they don't have a great deal they don't have a great deal of money to buy food with. So what they opt to do, or our main protagonist opts to do, is wait towards the end of the day and actually go and get his hands on a half-price bento lunch, which will go bad by the end of the day. So, they're just trying to recoup any losses. Anyway. But it turns out he's entered the seedy underworld of half-price bento deals, as there are daily fist fights in the supermarkets over these bento lunches.
Zeno's broken the first rule of Bento Fight Club. You don't talk about Bento Fight Club.
No, you do, right? This is, and again, the hilarious thing is the supermarkets fully accept that this is the norm, right? They just they even endorse it. They even yeah, we know you guys are into this shit. We're gonna let you because, and it is dumb fun in excess. Yes, there is some fan service, nowhere near as much as across Ange, right? Nowhere near as much. But it is funny. It is. I've gotten both two friends of mine hooked on bento. One is Loz, who nearly every...
Did we check these screenshots? I'm kidding.
They're fine. Every episode. Sorry, no. Every episode, Loz goes, "It's a show about buying a half-priced bento," and yeah, it's brilliant. It's dumb fun. This is done by David Productions. It's the same studio that did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This was done in 2011, so it was before JoJo. Nasuth thought it was much more recent. It's not. It's a completely slept-on series. It is dumb fun.
You've even got me half convinced to watch it.
If you like silly brawl shows that don't take themselves too seriously in any way, shape, or form, you're going to enjoy this. If you're looking for something with more substance, you're not going to enjoy this. So, but I think I've watched it now for the 4th or 5th time. So, yeah.
Oh, yes, I can see where the fan service is.
Boy there, yes.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, though, that's part of the intro.
Me, not him.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of the intro, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As proven by Ange, all bets are off with intros.
That's true.
Exactly.
Anyway, right.
Okay, well... oh, sorry, are you done? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm done. I was going to hand over to you.
Well, speaking of things that came before JoJo... Baoh the Visitor. This was, oh my god, what a screenshot. The angry Native American. So this was made by Araki. I can't remember Araki's first name for the life of me right now. Before he wrote
Hirohiko?
That might be right. Either way, made before he wrote any JoJo. Before he did any JoJo. And yet... you can see so many JoJo ideas, like proto-JoJo, in this, including stand or ham-on users.
Isn't that a character from the Powerpuff Girls?
What?
Proto-JoJo.
Shut up.
It's me, Proto-JoJo. This is the classic tale of an escaped experiment who's become a hero thanks to a plucky homeless kid sidekick, plus lots of beautifully animated violence. But to be completely honest, this is 1989, by the way. To be completely honest, I think I had more fun making silly comparisons to JoJo or even Dragon Ball Z than I possibly would have otherwise. This is a fun. Yeah, exactly. This is a very fun.
Fist of the North Star.
No, it's not. But yes. But yeah, if like it's dumb. It's really sort of dumb action fun. Not very deep. But if you like that sort of movie, which there were a lot of these at the time, in the 80s and 90s, you probably enjoy this. It's so for references, we've got the lead evil scientist looks like Nappa from Dragon Ball Z. He even has a Saiyan travel escape pod that he uses at the end. His assistant is Lisa from Battle Tendency. The one of the people that's chasing Baoh after he escapes looks like Old Man Joe, or is dressed like Old Man Joseph Joestar. The evil organization, imagine if you will, they are the Nazis from Battle Tendency, but they actually were able to study the Pillar Men and make their own. Their own Pillar Man is Baoh. Baoh is the Pillar Man. Except he's not, because he is also Star Platinum. So this is sort of what I mean by the ham-on user. So he before he fully transforms, he can start. He's able to use some abilities, and that's why I call it sort of a ham-on user. But then when he transforms, he becomes the stand. He can do all these crazy things that a normal person couldn't do, but a stand totally could do. There are some logical inconsistencies. All right. I've got an all caps rant here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say stop?
No. Just keep going.
Okay. If the first step to killing Baoh is destroying the brain, then why didn't you tell your assassin to do that in the first place? Because maybe he'd still be alive. The assassin stabs Baoh, but damaging Baoh without killing it only increases its threat response, which means that instead of killing the guy, it made him transform into the full potential of Baoh faster. Maybe if they'd told their assassin this, he would still be alive instead of dead, with Baoh Baoh now even more powerful. I'm not angry at the anime. I'm just angry that it did such a good job of capturing corporate red tape and the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing.
Oh God, yeah.
One of the bad guys is even a cyborg, like the one Nazi from Battle Tendency. The toughest bad guy is a psychic Native American who was in that first screenshot we saw. He even ends up getting cut in half, like Dio, side-by-side split and everything. And then, just like Jonathan Joestar...
Nate?
What?
He's Nate of American.
Oh, God. Thaylien. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I'm causing mental damage to Nasuth this time around. Are you feeling okay?
I'm just going to point out, other people will eventually listen to this episode, so maybe we should stick with what Thaylien and Nasuth's saying. Not Thaylien, ignore that one.
And then at the end, after Baoh has defeated the evil organization and everything, he ends up buried underwater, technically alive, but in suspended animation until someday in the future, just like Jonathan Joestar.
Right.
Jonathan Joestar. Yeah. Honestly, this was just a really fun romp of action and, the typical chase of bad guys following a good guy who has either some critical information or is an experiment that's escaped, that sort of thing. It's just that. That's all it is. Very proto JoJo. I really liked it. Any questions?
Oh no, I can imagine. Because it's something that came before, it's a precursor to his other works. You can see where he's found, oh yes, I like this works for me, and I don't like this doesn't work for me, but I want to make more of this bit here to make it more of a threat and more of a laugh at the same time. You can see where he's picked parts that he's really liked from his earlier work to make his most popular one.
Potentially, yeah.
And so, yeah. So I do that all the time with my fiction. I never actually publish any of it, but I keep doing it. Yeah, oh yeah, there's Nappa. There's old Nappa.
That's Walter White.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see that too.
And that's not Lisa. That's Skylar White, yo.
Fuck.
Take back my joke.
Yeah. I'm just causing psychic damage one hit at a time. I'm loving this.
Left and right.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay.
Both of you. Right. So.
Oh yeah, there's Old Man Joseph too.
Yeah. So, I want to move on to the shortest show that we've got on this list, which is Baan, the Boundary of Adulthood. And this is made. It was made and released this year, and it's an anime by a guy that's been talking about anime for a long time, longer than we have, and decided to put his money where his mouth is on it. To say, I could do that.
Grimjack? This is the Grimjack one?
No, this is Giguk. No. Yeah.
Giguk. Different one.
Yes. So this is it's an 18-minute OVA set into a world that could easily have enough stories to fill a series if they actually decide to expand on the actual world. And we follow two people as they journey across a bridge that connects our two worlds, seeming to trade places. Okay, one's coming from a fantasy world to try and get a job and earn money and prove they can pull their own weight and get by on their own, while the other is leaving his home in the hopes of finding a real place for himself in the fantasy world. And we witness, in the short space of time, quite a well-told struggle of a literal magical being trying to settle into modern life in a call center, where somebody surprises her, speaks to her suddenly, and she accidentally casts magic and fries half the phones in her office.
Good job.
So there's a little post-it note appearing on the wall next to her saying "No magic" to remind herself. Versus the human, who goes through and doesn't really have anything besides the rucksack he's brought with him. So he starts camping out in the magical world, and he gets accidentally involved in a very dramatic event where he spots something happening in the distance, and he tries to see what it is and gets pulled into it. And it's a wholesome story. It covers this split story and how both come together and meet in a very simple way. It doesn't overstay its welcome or try to hide what it's doing. I rate it quite highly and recommend that other people try it out too, because the thing it's trying to hide is what Soma Spider did wrong. It's the split timeline thing, and I really hope that I can see more from this universe, because there's a lot more creativity here. There's this aspect of family, but there's the fantasy world to explore, and also how they got to this point. It's a very inventively done transport. Like, they've got an established gateway between these two worlds, right? That is a tower, and I think there's actually even more worlds than that, because the guy that we follow goes up to the very top of the tower, stands on a platform, and then transports through this. He drops down through what looked like a singularity almost, through a wormhole to get to where he's going, and ends up at the top of the opposite tower on the other world. But there are other people going to other places in the tower, other platforms. So I'm guessing they're actually connected to more than just that other world, and there are more places to end up. And he's just picked the one that's the furthest away, as it were. And again, the fantasy world, huge amount of space to expand with what look like violent beasts. There's a creature that looks like a Chinese dragon. Speaking of interdimensional dragons, and the people there do seem to have magic as well. So it has lots of room to open up and explore if he decides to make more of it. And I really hope they do. I mean, look at this as a person talking to somebody from the fantasy world on the phone. Well, no, he's left a message for her on her phone, a video message, so that she can open it up and listen to it when she gets there. And you can quite clearly see the difference in styling between what he's wearing and what we would be wearing in the modern day. And it's a really nice little exploration into a story of family. And I think that for somebody making his first anime, purely based off all the anime he's talked about so far, it's a really good first innings. I recommend more people go and watch this. So yeah, that's Baan.
Cool. Is it my last one now?
Next to last. You both have...
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, fine. Yeah. I'm going to do a certain magical index. Right. So, I watched a certain magical index not so long ago, comparatively, but it is a show that I try to watch numerous times. So, this show, I don't think is the best. I think it is certainly something to have on as sort of like background entertainment if you're after something that's easygoing. If you have severe TikTok brain, if you've got some severe brain rot going on, you need to be scrolling through your phone while you're watching anime, a certain magical index is probably up there. I will say, when this first came out in the mid-2000s, this show was very popular. However, I feel like the whole franchise has just fallen off. Like, barely anyone knows about it. So basically the setting of the show is twofold, where you kind of have a story within a story, and these are the sorts of narratives that I really, really like. You have an artificial city or an artificial island that's hosting a city that's specifically for these Esper individuals. Now, if memory serves, Espers can only be teenagers, right? So like no one that's like an adult or anything can be an Esper. I could be wrong. I really can't remember.
Is it like Charlotte, where you lose the ability when you hit adulthood? Or
I think so. I kind of think so, but again, I'm not entirely sure. The series is quite slow going, but the thing is that there is another side to the world, which is why this is so interesting, which is the magical side. And effectively, our two main characters, Index and Boykun, I can't remember his name. You know, they end up meeting because Index has run away from her situation, and she's somehow ended up on his balcony, if memory serves. So he takes her in and things, but his Esper ability is to nullify other special abilities, right? Not just other Esper abilities, but like magic abilities as well. Yeah.
He's an anti-power type.
Yeah. It's quite interesting because like characters that are supposed to like, you know, kick ass and take names with their ultra powers just can't do shit to him because, you know, he blocks it and things.
Yes, they end up being average teenagers again, and he's more used to being an average teenager than they are.
Yes. You know, so it's an interesting series with an interesting setup and things. There is more to do with Index. There is a lot more special about her, with the church being after her. We have a sort of like underworld religious side to the series, which again, that's I love it, where you've got a cool special thing and another hidden special thing, and I think it's an excellent way of telling a narrative. I have tried watching a certain scientific railgun, and unfortunately it does not match to the quality of a certain magical index. Certain magical index is I would say very much on par with the likes of Fate Stay Night and things like that. But a certain scientific railgun is just high school girls with magic powers.
There is a little bit of depth to railgun. I remember watching the start of it, and but it's not on the same thing. It's not the same kind of
vibe. It's not the same vibe.
It's the wrong vibe. It has all of the dark underbelly exposed from the very start. You know the score before you've watched the whole thing. And unlike Index, where they are mapping it out and having to deal with the new discoveries, which is always more fun.
Yeah, you always feel with Index that there is still yet more to learn and discover about both worlds. With Railgun, it's like, no, we're not doing any of that discovery stuff. We are here. This is where we live. This is, you know, and it kind of takes it away. I haven't finished.
I am the dark side now.
I think both shows have had 3 seasons each, and I just haven't finished Scientific Railgun Season 1, and as a result, I just haven't continued it. So if you want something that is an easy watch, that has a lot of mystery, and is a bit of a slow burn, a certain magical index.
Certain scientific index. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I believe this is your last.
It is my last one. It's also, so Baoh is probably the best one on my list. If you watch one thing from anything that I have, it's probably Baoh. But this is actually the one that initially, when I was looking for like old shows to talk about, this was what initially made me think, oh yeah, Sci-Fi Channel had a lot of cool stuff back in the day. So this is Venus Wars, 1989. Animation is beautiful. No, that's Venusaur, you fool.
Oh, that is Venusaur. I'm sorry.
Very, very beautiful and beautifully animated. I went and looked it up. This is actually written and directed and produced by the same person that did the direction and animation character design for Gundam, for the original Gundam. So you'll notice a lot of similarities between them, especially in the machines. Oh my god, the machines look so straight out of Gundam. The general idea is an ice comet has smashed into Venus at some point, dispersed a relatively large amount of the poisonous atmosphere, and the rest of it has turned into essentially acid rain. So the atmosphere is relatively breathable now, but the water is like all awful and horrible and acidic. But humanity is still trying to terraform it of course they are. Yeah. Initially, two major factions form. One of them is Ishtar. I can't remember the name of the other one, but they end up fighting each other for reasons that are explained later. It also do with shadowy government stuff. There is a plucky, spunky journalist girl, as you get in the 80s, in a miniskirt, who is from Earth looking for a story here on Venus. Initially, she was going to look at these sort of underground races where they use these mono-wheel bikes, which are really, really cool. But when she's there, in this area of Venus that looks like LA in the fire season, they're attacked. The other nation attacks them with these massive aircraft. I mean, they're just insanely huge, and they drop like also huge tanks that essentially blow everything up. So our journalist gets caught up with one of the biker gangs. They go underground. They eventually decide to become freedom fighters and attack one of the tanks, but of course attacking one tank does very little damage when another one immediately shows up. But they manage to escape from that, and then they get drafted into the army, and we find out more about the shadowy government stuff that's going on, and it's, just turns into your classic 80s ragtag biker gang freedom fighting crap. There's a lot of anti-war and anti-fascist messaging. There is also a small sex scene, but it is the 80s, so of course there is. The characters are a little bit thin. Honestly, like I've been talking a lot about the journalist, and she's probably the most memorable one, but she's not actually the main character. The main character is two of the bikers. One of them is a boy, and the other one's like this really standoffish woman. And those are actually the main two characters that we're following. But you wouldn't know that by really watching this movie. It's really there for just the. It's like kind of like watching Total Recall, right? You don't watch Total Recall for the deep and interesting plot. You watch it because Arnold Schwarzenegger is chewing the scenery, and you get to see a lot of weird, crazy stuff that you might not normally see in other media.
What do you mean by chewing the scenery?
I believe we covered this a little bit on Kanpai Cast 4.
Just do it again.
Essentially overacting, really hamming it up,
Yes.
Well, like when he's pulling the thing out of his nose, the tracker out of his nose, and he just makes all these weird. Or at the very end, where they're suffocating, and he's just making all these weird faces, Yeah, anytime he's yelling or that sort of thing, just overacting, just really overacting.
Having way too much fun with the scene, even though he's acting serious.
Yeah. You don't get much of the overacting in this, but you get a lot of the other stuff that makes it very sort of just a good action film. Again, kind of like you said with having something on in the background, it's a lot like that.
Yeah.
You don't really have to pay a lot of attention to it. But when like the cool fight scenes start with all the destruction, and the beautifully designed mecha and stuff. Not mecha, but tanks and whatnot. Yeah, it's that's when you look up and watch it.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. That was Venus Wars.
That was Venus Wars.
Yeah. So now, before I start with my last one, this is The Karas. And have either of you two seen it?
Nope.
Yes.
Nasuth hasn't seen it?
I'm greatly offended that you've put this on here.
Because I'm pitching this to Nasuth. Okay.
Okay.
Because
all right.
this one, this is what every edgy teen would have watched if they knew it existed. As if Japanese yokai met Batman and then was made into an anime by a tokusatsu director. That's Karas.
You've got my interest.
Yes. So it was originally a 6-part OVA series. It was bundled up into 2 movies by Manga Entertainment. And it was so unknown that this is the other one I got handed in that grab bag as a bonus item at London Comic Con. Back when it wasn't Comic Con even. It was like 2007, 2008. So, in the city of Shinjuku, there is a being that protects the city like Batman called Karas. A being both human and spirit with magic and steel as its weapons. The Karas has protected the city for centuries until the Karas Echo Hoshinin became worn down by the changing world, the downward spiral of humanity. You know, the usual thing where people only see the worst on offer, while all the good people are doing good things out of the public eye, and his own long life dragging on him. He is now intent on destroying the city and remaking it in his own image. However, he isn't the only Karas. There are others, plenty of others, it turns out, from other cities and other things. People who are chosen by Urine, who is a kind of modern-day shrine maiden. And every Karas has their own Urine that infuses the person's soul into the Karas armor via the Karas sword. One of them, Otaha, is the protagonist who will defeat the evil Echo. It's wonderfully dark, where the yokai that join Echo's side are augmented with technology and become Mikura. And every fight scene is wonderfully choreographed for maximum dramatic effect. The style is dripping from every scene, from the cold opening where one Karas fighting Echo has his arms torn off, and Echo takes a sword away from him from the severed hand, and then gently just tosses it forward as he's walking in slow-mo, so the sword sticks in the wall by the side of the guy's head, before he confronts him. And all the way through to the Karas literally can transform into jets or vehicles to travel fast, right? Which they seem to exclusively do inside of buildings for maximum action. My particularly favourite villain out of this is a kind of a Reaper Mikura that holds scythes in both hands, but then his neck extends out. He talks exclusively in English in like a vox modulated voice, so they actually have the Japanese subtitles for what he's saying in the movie, hard-baked. And his neck extends out, and giant blades literally fold out and helicopter around his neck to lift him off the ground, and they can fly through the air. It's creative, it's bombastic, all of the good things.
Wait, does this character have eyes drawn on her goggles?
Yes. Yeah, on the goggles, yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's Urine. Okay, they all have one.
Okay.
And so, it's creative, it's bombastic, all the good things that a dark and edgy tokusatsu could possibly be. It's not a great movie, which is why Xeno's probably offended by me putting it on here. But it is so much stylized CGI that I could not include this here. It is relatively unknown.
Would you suggest the movies or the OVA?
I would suggest the movies because you can just break it up into 2 parts. So it's 2 movies, and it's easier to watch at that point because you don't constantly have that stop and start. Also, I believe that some people have done a... What's the word? Not a There's like the original DVDs, but they're only like 720 by 480, and so I think some fans have enhanced the files with the interlacing and upscaling. And so they've produced a better version since. And those are well worth a watch. It's genuinely, I think that this is one of those ones that everybody who enjoys Batman, yokai, or the kind of tokusatsu that old Power Rangers and things were supposed to have, but done in CGI so that they can do the extreme of it. You know, with slow-mo shots in the rain kicking through the raindrops to hit each other at the same time, or super high speed transforming into a jet inside of a hospital to fly through it and then out the wall. It's it's probably been inspired by the Matrix, definitely. So well worth the watch. Nasuth, I will link you this later.
Appreciate it.
Now, but why do you not like it before we round off this one?
I just remember being incessantly bored. Nothing was like properly elaborated on. It's just, this is the way it is. This is the way that it's got to be this way. It's kind of like, in Highlander, where it's like, there's always one. So there can be only one, right?
Can be only one, yes.
Right. That kind of works and makes sense because they're all amassing and accumulating knowledge, but you don't ever truly understand where the Highlanders come from, but you don't really need to.
But the problem is, do. We don't talk about Highlander 2.
No.
But the big problem with Karis is like they keep on saying like everyone just accepts the way things are without questioning anything apart from like the villain, and he's the only character that is just like, why not? Why is
his reasonings are wrong, his methods are. That's why he's the villain.
Yeah, but my point is though that like everyone just goes along with it, and it's just
Yeah, I could see why that wouldn't.
I kind of feel like
certain people.
I kind of feel like it's the, imagine the old Star Wars movies with none of the interjoining plot points. It is just, we do this. We're just doing this. So any scene that explains anything in the old Star Wars trilogy, in the original trilogy, remove that, and that's what you're left with. That is Karis. Right?
So the sequel trilogy is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, okay. But Nasuth, I will link you this one.
All right, cool.
Don't do it.
So that's the Karis.
Okie
cool.
dokie. Yeah, I'll make sure they're synced up at the end. Okay.
Right. My last one is Mono.
That's a terrible disease.
Is Mono?
God damn it. This is one of the hardest shows to find because like even our system is struggling to deal with the name, because it's like there are so many shows with the word mono in it. So if you're trying to find it, yeah, like all the Monogatari's or anything, like what's it found right now? The Mononoke Lecture, or the Mononoke Lecture. It's just like, for the love of God, it's so. Trying to find the actual show is challenging. This is actually it right now on screen for anyone that's actually watching.
Is it like when I asked you to track down K Project?
Yeah, but the problem is like so many platforms just go by the letter K and not just K Project, right? So it is difficult to find. So Mono is a very wholesome, very slice of life series. Nasuth, I'm sorry, you'll hate this. I do apologize.
That's fine.
Right. Naz embraced the hate well before.
Let's get my Game Boy and
Anyhow, so this series is, I think it's done by the same author that did Layback Camp. And the idea is, it's kind of still an exploration of what what life is like in the more rural parts of Japan. And you have characters that are vloggers that do like all the travel side of things. So like, you know, how Sea Dog VA and Chris Broad do. You know, we have high school students that are part of the camera club. Is like I can't remember. Basically, that, you know, they take film, and they also take still footage of various different things from various different perspectives. One of them has actually like won awards and things, and so it is a very interesting slice of life series, and it's just dumb fun. I mean, they just get up to regular hijinks. I don't know how to best describe this. Like, also, I'm not going to say that Nasuth's distracting me at all. Just looking up some random shit.
Yeah, he's actually looking up the mono.
Yep, Layback Camp.
Wikipedia.
Yep, same mangaka.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's a fun series. It's like, if you want to have that easygoing slice of life, mono. I can't really say much more to it than that. I mean, you guys have any questions? That'll probably help.
If you want a terrible disease, mono.
If you only want one, mono.
No, well, kind of wondering what's going on. Oh no, okay, I see. It's just perspective.
That's a different show.
It looks
different show.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
This is the show. You know. Again, they go around different. Hilariously, at one point in time during the series, they actually do this road trip around the various different parts of one of the prefectures in Japan, and it is them reenacting the events of the manga of Layback Camp. They're going around all the different locations, and they're sort of like steamrolling it, so they're trying to do the whole thing in 2 days, and it is a fun series.
So Layback Camp is a manga in their world?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hilariously, you actually get to see
quite good.
You actually get to see the characters of Layback Camp in mono, right?
I think it would also be hilarious if mono was a manga in Layback Camp.
Oh god.
It'd be like, you know that episode of Futurama where Farnsworth made a box that has an entire universe in it, and the other Farnsworth in that universe also. It'd be like that.
Yeah, it's a dumb fun series. Like, if you like the heavily cultural stuff of Japan as a series, this is it. Like, this and Layback Camp are really easygoing, but they're not like documentaries. They're not like real people experiences. So like, this doesn't capture the things of, like, you know, vloggers going to, you know, different parts of another country to experience that part of the country. This is very much a case of, you know,
it's natural. Like it's more as if a documentary was following around normal people, right? But the cameras weren't actually there, so they were just acting like normal people doing normal things.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's relaxing. I do really enjoy it, and you know, so. And I think if you're into shows like Layback Camp, this is right up your alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that brings us to the end.
Brings us to the end.
Yeah. All right. So that is it for the hidden gems.
If we've convinced any of you to try out some of these hidden gems, let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think.
Try out Baoh.
Next time,
definitely try out
Kanpai Cast. Yeah.
It's BAOH, by the way.
Yes, and support one of our fellow creators, Giguk. Go see Baan. And what else?
Dino says go watch Mono.
Yeah. Dino says go watch Mono if you enjoy the
I say go watch a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. Should we move on to the spoiler questions?
Absolutely.
Cool. Right. Grand Purveyor of the Xeno Hunt says, congratulations on making it this far into the episode. If you enjoyed your time, like the video. If you didn't enjoy your time, thumbs down the video and leave a comment on how we can do better. I mean, seriously, if you got any feedback, like do leave them. Like, we'd love to hear it. If you want me to say something out loud, like the voice from Honest Trailers, without the low grumbling that makes it so appealing, I don't know. I think I could. Put it below, and as long as it's deemed appropriate for YouTube algorithm, we'll probably read it. Maybe even if it's about Eminence and Shadow. Yep.
This podcast is rated P for propaganda.
On this week's Eminence and Shadow,
Grand Purveyor of the Xeno Hunt asks, you are the final boss of your own life's anime. What is your pre-battle quote? What is your battle location? What is your battle music? What is your pre-battle quote? What the fuck is battle quote?
As in, what do you say to the heroes when they approach you for the first time?
Oh, you're approaching me. That sort of thing.
You try turning it off and on again. Battle location is some server room, and the music is the insane volume of noise generated by all the case fans.
If it's me,
The insane volume
pick.
because someone has actually nicked a case fan from all the servers.
Yeah. So me, I'm going to be the African Velt. My pre-battle quote as you enter the arena is going to be, I'm going to turn your head into coloured rain. And you have to sort me like the end from Metal Gear. And the battle music is low drumming, like African drumming, that gets more and more intense as my elephant rifle gets closer and closer to aiming on you.
He said a thing. Nasuth?
Pre-battle quote, I'm too old for this shit. Battle location, nice. I don't...
Tony Vegas?
Skyscraper.
No. Maybe a skyscraper, sure, why not?
They've had to crawl through air vents to get through.
And my battle music is...
The Teletubbies theme.
All I Want for Christmas.
No.
Oh,
God.
Because honestly, that's the only way to get heroes to leave is just to play that music at them so they don't come up into your battle arena.
Probably any kind of chiptune sort of stuff. Maybe the Boy and His Blob OC remix. There we go.
Okay.
Bear Winters with Asgore's music.
Bear Winters asks, can you make the hero's choice? Save your expensive Guyver figure or save the global production of sausage rolls? Choose Spider Xeno.
Choose Spider Xeno. Save your expensive Guyver figure or save the global production of sausage rolls. You can't do both.
Could you doom the world to no sausage rolls, Xeno?
I don't know if I could. But, I mean, Spider-Man did both. Spider-Man saved both. You know?
Spider-Man did save both.
But he couldn't save his parents. And then we got one more day.
He didn't...
Sorry, not his parents. His Aunt
May.
Aunt May.
Nah, fuck sausage rolls. We've still got pasties. Still got pasties. It's fine. Right. Zula asks, which anime character is the most like you as a person?
Pig God.
Oh, you bastard! That's so self-deprecating.
No, it's not.
No, I will take your brain out and threaten
Pig
it
God
to be
is
nice
a
to you.
true hero.
Yeah.
Who I don't know who's most like me.
No.
No, it's probably actually Bocce. It's probably Bocce more than Big God.
I'd say Kobayashi's got Xeno.
But
I don't know. I genuinely have no anime character with my tendencies because no animator alive can comprehend my preferences.
No, Thaylien. You're very much. Oh God, what is his name? The main character from Demon Lord 2099. VVV. Valdi. I don't remember his name.
Veldora Velvet.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
something like that.
Veldy.
Yeah. That's you, Thaylien.
I don't feel Kobayashi's good fit for me.
I don't think that. Office worker dreams of dragon maids.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
programmer
like
doesn't like
Kobayashi has more tolerance.
Yeah.
No, Kobayashi has more tolerance for stupid than I do.
It's not that she has more.
If it was,
it's not that she has more tolerance. It's that she knows she has no choice because Toru isn't going any fucking where, no matter how hard she tries.
Yeah. So I think if we've worn you down on this one, and I think that if it was a cute and bubbly dragon maid, you would have a lot more tolerance.
Yeah, so you put up with me and Thaylien. So I mean, you could put up with some dragon maids.
Fine, right? What's your favorite animal companion across all anime?
Ooh.
Dragons.
Favorite animal.
Do you know what? I think it's got to be the cat spirit from the Greatest Tamer, the Beast Tamer. She's technically an animal, so he tamed her, but she's a cat girl and punches things really, really hard.
I think it's the little critter that Nazca picked up in Valley of the Winds.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That's a classic. Yeah, I like that one. Little tree fox, whatever it is.
I'm gonna say Shui from Campfire Cooking. Shui, sorry.
That's not an animal. It's a slime.
Yeah, neither is your fucking giant woodlouse. So you know.
What? No. I was talking about the little like furry squirrel thing that lives on her shoulder.
Oh,
yes.
Like the Fennefox.
That thing.
Sorry.
Yeah. Not the Oma. Although that would have been good too.
We just move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Right, moving on to the comments from last week. First of all, we got the comments from the news. Rugal says, news! That story of the actress getting fired and basically erased seems pretty harsh. Apparently, it was the talent agent, that actually let her go, which meant that the studio could not continue to hire her because she didn't have any representation.
See, I thought it was just both of them that let her. I thought it was the studio that fired her first, and then the agency dropped her as well.
No, apparently it was the other way around.
All right.
But still, it's like, you know,
still erasing her.
We
though.
can't.
Like that's. Anyway.
Yeah. The news about the One Piece director dying was too bad. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty serious.
That Pokemon theme park sounds pretty awesome. I doubt very highly it will be the kind of theme park I'd make, though.
Oh, let us know what kind of theme park you'd make.
Tell us all about it.
Thank you for the news, guys. Looking forward to the review episode this week. Stromba Shell says, comment! I remembered. Foreshadowing is a powerful tool.
You'll see why that
feel
matters.
Indeed.
Okay, cool. Right. And then moving on to the comments from the cast, Stromba Shell says, this season seems a bit meh. A few great stuff, and nothing too awful either. Thanks for the reviews. I kind of agree. Yeah, a lot of this season 100%. Has been very meh. I forgot to leave a comment on the news this week. We'll see if I remember to go back and add one. Lol.
You see?
Foreshadowing. Good memes and
good
then
job.
Kanpai.
Good job.
Ricky7 says, you guys are the GOAT. I mean, all three of you are a single animal that eats garbage and poops out very healthy fertilizer to have ideas grow in your heads like mushrooms, and then we become zombies, and then you are the last of us. That got away from me a bit, but thank you. Well, is it a pun? I think it's just a reference. But thank you for going through the worst things to keep us away from them.
You're welcome.
So you do care about French things. The Fifth Element was started by a French person. I mean, it was written and directed by a French person. Yeah.
Yes, it was. I do care about
got me there.
French women. They're not French men and are not France.
I care about baguette. That's all.
Oh yeah, French
Zrugel says, Kanpai! I didn't keep timestamps for my comments in this episode because I was playing Cobblemon, a Pokemon mod for Minecraft, but thanks for the info.
I saw Stoneblock 4 is out. I might have to get that.
I'm glad Campfire Cooking got better for Xeno. I couldn't wait and started it, but I don't think I'm caught up. I actually started past the monster meat. It was okay. Gotta agree with Xeno. Not bad, but kind of mid. Appreciate that polyamory.
The polyamory and polyrath pun from me.
From Thaylien. Made me laugh.
I got a laugh out of you.
Memes were great. Good finds. Okay. And now, talking about the memes, it is time.
Circle didn't talk about any of my anime. That makes me sad. That makes me so sad.
Taste. So, moving on to that part of the show. Moving on to that part of the show, we've got the memes.
I'm going to keep interrupting Xena so he can't talk about it. No, go ahead.
I hate you so much. So, we get all the memes from various places like Reddit, YouTube, and sometimes Thalien's Head. This week, we have 4 viewer memes.
Yep.
And if you wish to submit a viewer meme for us to react to in real time on the internet, then you can go into our Discord and actually pop them into the meme submissions channel. It is curated by a friend of ours.
Yeah,
it's curated by a friend of ours every week, and yada yada yada. All memes are backed up because everything, Reddit, Instagram, all these bloody platforms just love to swallow them and just go like, oh no, you can't have that. Can't have fun. Fun's too nice. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
First meme.
Heatran has always been interesting to me. Why does it have a gender but can't breed with its own species? You have a gender but can't breed with your own species either. Oh, that's rough.
The pain.
Damn. Poor Anon.
That was. Can we check on him?
Oh god, I've seen this one before.
No.
This is a classic. Classic.
I'm sure there's like a 4th panel version where she rubs her own eyes, and then she's like in pain, agony, and Lloyd comes. Yeah. Anime fans, the first second they hear someone within 50 miles of range talk about their favorite anime. Not wrong. Also Dan Machi.
And the last viewer meme.
You know what's not cool, Bobby? Hating every dubbed anime where you don't even speak Japanese.
Very true. Very true. Luckily, I, as a student of Duolingo, can get away with that. No.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get into my memes.
Yes.
You can stop the trolley at any time, but doing so would lead to some form of event where these people thank you, and you have to shake hands and make small talk.
Oof.
Tough choice. Oof. Tough choice. Me trying to get some sleep after a busy day, and then the cringe memories from 10 years ago. Poor Wiz. Poor Wiz. That scene was so good. I'm half Kurisu and half Mayuri, terminally online and dumb as a bag of bricks.
Yeah, that's
Greatest cats of today and the past versus the greatest cat of all time. That's the cat from Ghost Stories.
Pretty good cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cat.
Beats them all. No, Mother, don't watch Evangelion! And then Mother screams. Too late.
Lol.
Too late. And my last one. Hey, little man, how's it going? How do you guys... I can't read all of that, God damn it.
How do you guys able to draw
at different angles?
Yeah. He's doing the Frieren one that's been going around lately. Yeah. Whoever's running that media account needs a pay raise. All right, Thaylien.
Go on, Xeno. This is one of yours.
It's not dog face shit. It's not a snail's face. It's not a dog face.
Fuck you.
Xeno's brain.
All right. Video meme.
My name is Usagi Tsukino, and I'm just a normal 14-year-old middle school girl. This is my best friend Naru. Oh my god, Serena!
I saw Team 4-Star do this. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Oh my god! And my hobbies are food, manga, and video games.
You'd think more guys would be into you.
Guys are totally into me. You ran into me!
Name's Mamoru Chiba. I'm a college student and an orphan with a mysterious past.
Yo, dude, you're hot.
And a college student.
Then give me a college try.
I'm too advanced for dating 101. Also, you're a dumb kid with dumb hair.
Yeah, well, the 80s called, and they said the 70s called, because the 60s called, and they said, keep the outfit, man, it's a total bummer. Because it was the 60s! I need to marry him. Middle school girl.
Yes. That's it. You people have stood in my way long enough. I'm making a Sailor Moon abridged. I don't think any of us expect him to say that. Shut up, Krillin.
Wow.
It's Team 4-Star. That's who made the previous meme.
Yep.
Right.
I saw they made that. I just hadn't watched it.
Jeter, what does this guy say about his power level, sweetie? Buller says, bitch.
Oh my god.
There's a good girl.
He's teaching her well. It's just a prank, bro.
Releasing all his Pokemon. Don't save.
Oh,
just
poor Guts. Guts really is the person who suffered the most in history.
Oh, yes. Also, I do not apologize for my next one.
When do you ever?
What's going on? There's been some sort of breach in the underworld, and the worst of the worst are slipping through the cracks.
Is it Frieza? Cell?
Even worse, him.
Who's that guy?
Come on, really? He's the worst of the worst, Dad. One of the greatest evils in all of human history.
Oh man, he sounds pretty strong. I want to fight him.
Goku, we gotta kill this guy.
What? Why?
That one man is responsible for a genocide that wiped out millions of innocent people, all in the name of total world domination.
I wanted to fight him.
Now is the time to brawl. He needs to be put down.
Listen to Mr. Piccolo. He's pure evil.
And?
Dad!
Goku!
What? Sorry, it's just, is it really anything new? Piccolo and Vegeta used to be all about that, right?
Yeah, one time, sure, but that was ages ago.
And Vegeta's committed like a billion genocides. Like, he's wiped out entire species off the map, going one planet to the next. We watched him wipe out half of Namek alone.
Not bad.
Look, all I'm saying is, all things considered, is it really that different?
Yeah, it's very different. There are levels to this, Goku.
But Vegeta killed way more people than him. Like, in power level alone, he'd be like 10 Hitlers.
Dad! Holy shit. shit.
And now he's got a wife and kid, and we're just kind of cool with him now.
Don't be preposterous, Kakarot. I'm at least 30 Hitlers.
Stop Hitler's Goku. He had an entire world war. Stop this guy, all right? He's not just someone you can hit a few times and call it even. He stands against everything you and we stand for.
Really? Wow. What side were we on? In the war. I mean, we're kind of sort of, right? Where did we stand during that?
We should move on from this.
Also, wasn't the woman's family responsible for a lot of military tech back then? Wonder where that all went towards.
Oh, God.
That's the woman I married. Vegeta and I might have at one time been considered evil, but we've changed, in large part thanks to you. Our man has not.
Oh, okay. So if I fight him, maybe we could turn him into one of the good guys.
No!
Come on, it'll be like Vegeta. He could be a sea warrior like us.
No, Goku, we are not adding Hitler to the group.
You know, when I was sent to Earth as a baby, I was supposed to take over the planet and stuff, but then I hit my head and became all nice. Maybe he's like that. Just one good knock to the noggin will set him right.
You're evil, okay?
So was Vegeta and Piccolo. Hell, we fought side by side with Frieza for a bit, and he's like 100.
The map is
Yeah, really, it's kind of gross.
How would I be 10? Is this really the hill you want to die on? I'm just mad that you're only half a Hitler.
I'm serious. Using your guys' logic, if we're cool with Vegeta and the rest, is befriending this guy really all that crazy?
Piccolo, say something.
Gohan, I have no fucking idea how to argue that.
I think I hate you, Goku. Like, really, I don't like you anymore.
Goku, we don't have time to argue about this. People's lives are at stake. We've got to stop him.
Okay, you're right. No time for hypotheticals. Let's get him.
Yes!
Thank you, Goku.
And then when that's over...
No.
Hear me out. We kill him, and then after that, we wish him back, but reincarnated as, like, a small Indonesian child.
What the fuck are you even talking
What?
about?
It worked for Oob.
Yeah, no! You will not wish him back in Hitler to life just so you can fight him and then try to befriend him. Not everyone is redeemable.
But he wouldn't be Hitler. He'd be relative. He'd be a totally new, unrelated person with a clean slate.
But he'd still have Hitler powers.
Exactly.
But we can't. That'd be wrong, right? Like, even if it's not him.
Technically, it would be someone completely different.
Goku, you're going to hell when you die.
Well, I think that's settled. All right, Hitler, let's see just how strong you really are.
Hitler's got hands. Who would have thought?
Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh my god, that might be the best thing I've seen like all month.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that was so good. I couldn't
and we just watched the Sailor Moon thing earlier, and this still beat it.
Yes.
Oh.
I know.
Ooh, all right, Zeno. All right, let's see what you can muster.
Oh my god, I don't even fucking... Right. Why don't you ever give up? Because she never did.
I am so sad now.
Why?
Zeno. Because she died.
Yeah, but she died like super happy because as soon as people found out about Urahara, like everyone donated so much money towards her. Anyway.
Next one's spicy, apparently.
Uh-huh.
Talk about tonal whiplash.
Yes.
Ancient goddess statue. Yep. Modern goddess statue.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough.
Next three are videos.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it is about that face, but I love it. I love this meme.
It's so good.
There's one I have queued up for the Kanpai Cast account. I don't know if I think it might have already gone out. It's like the most powerful artist of the past, and it's Sasuke. I think it's Sasuke.
Oh yeah.
Like the really bad Sasuke. And there's the most powerful artist today, and it's the Frieren
chin lift.
Yes. Oh no. Oh no.
Nice.
That worked really well on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
As an American citizen, I have the authority to detain you until an officer of the peace arrives. And I also have the authority to kick your ass, which is something that your father obviously forgot to do.
And then my last one. No, I don't need toilet paper. I use my hands.
That's got to be at least worth at least half a Hitler.
Oh my my God, Cena, what is wrong with you?
Oh, come off it, mister. I'm going to laugh at every Hitler fucking joke in the world.
Yeah, those were fun. No, I'm kidding. That was good. That was good.
That was good. Right. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching and or listening. I hope you actually get to enjoy some of the hidden gems that we have found over the God knows how long. Now it's time to bottoms up.
Happy Thanksgiving to Americans next week. Bye.